Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Washington Nationals franchise. We begin today with a 46-36 record, 10 games up over 500. We've finally gotten things rolling, but the Mets are still right there. This is still a very close division race, only one game up, and we have a lot we're going to get through today. As you can see right there on the left side of the screen, it says draft day in 8 days. So in today's episode, we're going to be playing through the last three series before the All-Star break. We're going to do the draft, and we're going to get through the All-Star festivities. So unlike the last few episodes, I don't really have anything to sit here rambling about before we actually start playing today. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into simming games. Like I said, we're going to play the last three series before the All-Star break. So we've got the Rockies, the Dodgers, and the D-backs. The game that I'm eyeing playing in full is going to be this game against the Dodgers because they're also really good. I called us and the Cardinals the top dogs of the NL in the last episode, and that just wasn't true, because the Dodgers should have been there above us. But we took down the Cardinals, so today we'll have the chance to take down the Dodgers, and the reason I'm eyeing this game specifically is because it's a Yoan Adon start, and he's been struggling big time this whole season. So I want to get in a game with him, get him back on track, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get to that point here. We got our first game against the Rockies at home this time. Snell on the mound, and it's going to be a win, 8-5. We had 3 homers on the board. It looks like Drew Jones is really turning it up here ever since we traded to him. Another homer, a 2-hit game. Snell pitches another good game, quality start with double-digit strikeouts. But Nick Sandlin, man, I don't know what went on with him here. He's been having such a good season overall, but 3 runs allowed, only the 1 inning pitched. Leo Blanco again. It's his second blown save of the year, but he still hasn't given up an earned run of his own. I'm guessing all he did was give up runs that Nick Sandlin allowed on base. But then Crochet with another save. So both trades we made last episode seem to be working out pretty well. Drew Jones lighting it up and Crochet picking up saves. Game 2 of the series is going to be a critical situation this time. And man, it really is. They didn't give me much wiggle room here. We're down 1 and they're throwing me in here with only 1 out remaining. We have 2 outs in the 9th and I need to put up at least a run to keep the game alive. And we're just being thrown right in. It's Soto up, righty on the mound. This is probably the best matchup we could have. And I strike out right away. Okay, well, that's a really tough spot to load into. You couldn't have given me the whole inning to try and do that? All 3 runs allowed were after the 6th inning, though, so who in our bullpen blew it? It was of course it was Sir Anthony Dominguez. All right, and this might be our last week of scouting before the draft. I think it will be, saying week 14 of 14. I don't think there's like a final week. But we've found this guy, Juan Cabrera, as I've been scouting starting pitchers, who our system has ranked number 1 right now after we've scouted him up to 80%. So I want him scouted all the way. And if he's ranked down in the 30s by the MLB as a whole, we might actually have a shot at him. I mean, I feel like that would take a lot of luck and a lot of other teams, well, every other team not knowing about him. So our last scouting plan is finalized, and that might be the last scouting plan ever. Because I know, like I said, I still want to do a longer term simulation, but now with me not planning on doing like an individual episode for each season and just kind of trying to sim way far down the line quick, I'm probably not going to do any more drafts because, like, more likely than not, anybody you draft isn't going to play until 2 or 3 plus seasons later. So at this point, it's kind of like, you know, how much does me putting a lot of effort into scouting matter? But I'm still taking this draft seriously because I've already spent a lot of effort with the scouting. So just for me, I want to get it finished out right. But yeah, this might be the last scouting in the last draft that we'll see in MLB The Show 23. So let's finish up here with a series win over Colorado. What do we say, Bobby Miller? Nope, we don't want to. And one of our top prospect pitchers, Pedro Almanzar, tears his shoulder. And just since I had to come in here to adjust the pitching rotations after that injury and I settle on Leo Blanco again, you know, he's got his scoreless inning streak up to 23, even though he gives up other pitchers' runs to blow saves, but still no earned runs of his own. And a quick Google search, so I'm not going to say it's 100% certain, but it seems to be the general consensus that the most innings pitched scoreless to start a career is 39. So we're still actually not even close to that with Leo Blanco. He's still got 16 full innings to go to tie that record, which is kind of a crazy amount. But where I'm looking right now is broken down by AL and NL, and the all-time National League record is only 25. If Leo Blanco throws just 2 1/3 more scoreless, he'll have the National League record for consecutive scoreless innings to start a career. And the Mets won't let up. They have brought it back tied after we dropped 2 of 3 in our last series. So let's get on here. First game against LA, last game of the month of June, and it's another critical situation. This time I have to close it out, and it's going to be my first time using Garrett Crochet. All right, I'm excited. Already have a runner on second, which is unfortunate, but this is just like an extra inning here from this point on. Oh, that strike 3 game. Come on. Why do we not call strikes that are strikes? And then if they call that a strike, we strike him out, runner doesn't move up to third, and we're not in danger of giving up a run without giving up a hit. Dude, what is going on here? Crochet is just barely missing the zone, and even when he hits the zone, they're not calling it a strike. Oh, and he won't bite. The slider ends up as far on the outside of the par as it could, because of course it does in that situation. At least that sets up a double play if we can get a grounder. Dude, is Crochet no good? They are not biting at that slider. This is nasty sliders from a big lefty to other lefties, and they're not swinging at it. I mean, this has to be 2. It's not going to be. It's not even going to be 1. Are you kidding me? I don't think I had him at home. I think that was hit too weak, but I don't know why I would still try and throw it to second. Okay, I think well, actually, he's too fast to ground into a double play. There you go. Finally a chase on that slider, right on time, too. Not a good first impression for me using Crochet on the mound, but, like, if we didn't load in with the runner on second, we would have been fine. Oh, I'm moving up to third on this with 94 speed. Easy. Oh, and Ian Happ's going to get hit again. He gets hit so many times. I don't understand. Wait, Isan Diaz does not have good clutch. Should we bring in somebody else here? Honestly, I think this is a spot for Alfaro. 87 clutch with good power. We got enough on the bench to make it make sense defensively. So yeah, Jorge Alfaro is picking up a bat here. And that's going to do it. He didn't get a lot of it. Did not hit that one very hard, but it hits it just hard enough for 94 speed to come around to score. I mean, I obviously wish he got a hit. I wish he did more than that, but at least he did that. And we still have Meneses up, and technically turning this into a non-clutch activated situation makes Meneses better. Just good enough for me to pop out in foul territory. How about that? Oh, but Matt Chapman is going to come through. He absolutely destroyed that. I can't believe that that was only 418 feet. I mean, 418 feet is a blast, but that looked like it was at least 200 feet further than that. And I'm going with Nick Sandlin to try and shut this one down. I think every time I've thrown him out there, he's had a pretty good outing. There we go, right on cue. Let's do that. One pitch, perfect. And now tying runs up to the plate. Oh, Drew Jones is going to get there, though. He's so good out in center field. Don't like giving up another hard hit ball, though, but I guess Freeman and Betts are like the 2 best hitters on this team. Will Smith is up there, too, so we can't take him lightly. There we go. Sinker inside, sits him down. 1 to go. Oh, my God. Off the bat, I really thought that he just tied it up, but Happ runs it down at the track. Good win in the end. I mean, it turned into a battle, but man, those Dodgers did not make it easy on the mound. So let's see here. Where does that put us standings-wise against the Mets? Oh, we're a game and a half up now. Okay. They've lost 2 in a row. And I don't know, man. After how kind of frustrating those couple innings were against LA, I'm not as confident going into this game with Adon. Like, I kind of built up this air of confidence whenever I have to pitch against the CPU in this game that I'm just going to get the job done automatically. But I gave up a couple runs Granted, with a couple runners on second both times to start, but still I gave up a couple runs in just 2 innings. But we need Joan Adon to have a big game. He has been struggling for way too long. Even going back to last season in the March to October, he's been struggling. And these 2 seasons of struggle are coming after he won the Cy Young Award. So he was supposed to be our big arm. He was supposed to be our ace, and he's fallen off. And man, look at the Dodgers pitching. Their team ERA is under 3. I'm kind of losing track of what we have and haven't worn yet, so I'm going to throw on these 2005 road jerseys. But we're heading out to LA. We're sticking with the full usual lineup, and I'm ready to pick up another big win against a big team. So here we go. They are 10 games above us in terms of their overall record, but we just took them down the game before. If we win today, we win the series. We've kind of built up to the point in this universe, starting with the March to October, where the Dodgers are probably one of our biggest rivals. We have knocked them out of the playoffs every single one of the 3 seasons we've played so far. So you gotta imagine that that alone has turned this matchup into a pretty big rivalry. And CJ Abrams, I swung at the first pitch, but like, if there's any first pitch to swing at, that's probably the one. Abrams' struggles continue though. He stepped up to the plate there, batting only .317, and then that knocks it down even further. And I know that's a good batting average, but when he was up at like .390 something for the first 2 full months of the season, he's been struggling lately. Luis Garcia though, that's gone. That has to be gone to the gap. Second batter of the game, and we're getting ourselves on the board. I love a Luis Garcia perfect home run, man. I mean, we're coming up on the All-Star break. He has to be the starting All-Star second baseman. I mean, he is batting right around .350. He's got some power. I think he's been fielding better than he's ever fielded this season. It would have to take a pretty special season from somebody else at second base to make Luis Garcia not be a starter, but he's got to at least be an All-Star. Okay, but hey, let's do his thing and draw a walk. I'm actually going to be really curious to see how many All-Stars we have, because, like, Meneses is putting himself together a good season also. I don't know if he'd be All-Star DH, if they've made that a thing yet, or if they'll still try and stick him out in right field. But, like, also coming up after Meneses is Tristan Casas. Oh, that's not going to... I thought that was a pretty good swing. But here, Tristan Casas, he's batting almost .310. He's got some decent power going. He's got to have a shot at being an all-star also. Look at the bottom of the screen there. White Sox move within 2.5 games of the Guardians in the NL Central. When I made the trade just to start last episode to get Crochet, that's going to be an inning ender there. But when I made that trade, I'm pretty sure the Sox were 11 games back in the division. All right, and here he is, the big man, Joan Adon, 2024 Cy Young Award winner and the owner of like a .550 ERA ever since. Hey, right back to him to get things started. That's a good way to start. 2 pitches. I feel like that's what we need from him. We don't need to rack up the strikeouts here. He's doing fine on the strikeouts, but what we need is as long of a start as possible without giving anything up. So we're going to need weak contact. We're going to need quick outs. And if we get to an 0-2 count, we need chases on our strikeout pitches. There we go, just like that. There we go. We get Mookie to chase a curve, couple strikeouts, 12 pitches, and most importantly, nothing allowed. And there we go. It's going to be Will Smith tallying their first hit of the game, and it has to be extra bases. There we go, though. 3 pitches to sit down Trace Thompson. Okay, at least he put that in play. Weak. We get through another inning, no runs allowed. Just got to keep this going for Adon. Okay, Bear Ruiz has his batting average all the way back up to .259, which by his standards is still probably a little low, but with how bad he started the season, how much he was struggling, he's really putting in work, except for when I use him. I still see the bad luck, I guess. Abrams, that one's got to drop in, right? It is going to drop in. There we go. Signature weak base hit from Abrams. Oh, another perfect from Garcia. That one more a line drive, though. That's like the same spot. You went up and in with the heat, and that's where he gave up the bomb, and he goes back to it again. Could have been another bomb. Oh, no. Soto. He is going to beat it out. Okay, at least it's not 2, but man, how am I on top of that? Meneses, there we go. That's a big swing. I haven't done a whole lot with him in this season. He's been doing good on his own, but when I seem to use him, seems like he's either getting base hits or nothing. So a big gapper to plate 2 is huge. Oh, I actually didn't realize that was already strike 3, but doesn't really change much there on the punch out. Got a couple more runs across, a little bit more cushion for Adone. It's a good start. Oh, that actually worked. 92 up and in is too fast for Freddie, I guess. Oh, but he's going to end up getting a base hit. Waited back long enough on 92 up and in. Come on, that's got to be 2. There we go. Nice way to end the inning after everybody put together a long at bat. There we go. That's going to be a double. That's what we need to do with K-Bear Ruiz. We need to get that slugging percentage back up. His contact numbers are coming back, but that slugging percentage is still way further down than he's used to. Oh, whoa. That's it for Gonsolin? I didn't think he was low on energy yet, so they just yanked him. All right. Interesting. This dude's got a lot of stamina, so he's definitely a long reliever. They want to leave him in for a while. I guess if there's any time to do it, it makes sense. That was the beginning, or this is the beginning of the 3rd time through the order. And at the beginning of this lineup, we have 3 lefties due up in a row. So, oh, and Abrams, man, come on. This whole weak hit thing is fun when you're actually getting hits, but sometimes we got to just smack the ball. There we go, though. There's the Mr. Clutch we all know. I'm going to try and stretch this into 250 speed. Yep, he's going to make it in there, so that actually makes him just a triple away from the cycle. Oh, and there's the second walk of the game for Soto. Oh, no. Why is it the most hittable pitches that I pop up with Joey Meneses lately against these lefties? Or roll over. It's one of the two. I either get way under and pop it up, or I'm way above it and roll over on it. Another walk, though, in the inning. I got the call there that time. It's going to load him up for Matt Chapman. That might get run down. I thought that was getting out of play easily. Oh, that hurts. I think we still got to go at least 2 more innings with Adone in order to solidify this as the good start that we were looking for. His energy is getting a little lower than I'd like, but hey, there's another 3-pitch punch out of Trace Thompson. Okay, there we go. Grounder to Diaz. Come on, ring him up. No, they have no problem saying they go around on check swings before it would be strike 3. And then the second that it would be strike 3, it's just nope. He always held up every single time. Oh, yeah, no, he held up. There we go, though. All right. Ball was trying to sneak out of the zone, but we got the swing. That's 5 scoreless for Adone. I want him 1 more. All right, Adone, this is it. This is where you got to dig down deep. Give me 1 more good inning. If you sit down 3 in order, you don't have to face Freddie Freeman again, which would be very ideal, and that is a good start to that. That is going to ruin it. 1 pitch to James Outman to get him on base. Oh, he's taking off. This could get things back on track. No, we didn't get him. There we go. They actually call a check swing there. Another punch out on the board, and now we got to deal with Freddie to pick up what should probably be the last out of Adone's outing. We've already punched him out twice, though. Oh, and we kept the curve in the zone to end it. 6 scoreless. I don't even know how many strikeouts, but he kind of racked them up. That's the kind of good outing I needed from Adone. I had to check on my own. 10 double-digit punch-outs for Adone in 6 innings. And now we get the chance with Luis Garcia up. He should get 1 more AB after this, but we need to put one in that right center gap and go for 3. Oh, man. I swung at, well, I guess that wouldn't have been ball 4, but a 3-0 count. I was swinging all the way. I did not want to walk with him there. Still make the perfect swing, but it doesn't go where we need it to go. And Soto's getting himself a base hit, couple walks, and now a hit on the board for him. Meneses, no, buddy. I hit the ball hard again, and that time it's on the ground. How do we hit one on the ground when it's a fastball up and in that I get around on? Oh, that's why do I keep losing track of the count when Casas is up? We'll take a walk from him. Chapman, there we go. Big swing. I'm going to try and stretch it to 2. Yeah, they're not even throwing it to second. Another run on the board. All right, let's see what Jose Ayala's got for me. He hasn't been great since getting called back up, but I mean, his numbers are still looking decent. For a rookie in that many innings pitched to have an ERA of 4.20, that is not bad at all. Okay, and we had our typical at bat where it's an instant 0-2 count, couple takes, couple foul balls, but at least it's an out. Okay, come on, man. Ayala's got like 92 Ks per nine. If there's anybody that it would actually make sense to put somebody away with once we get that instant 0-2 count, it's probably him. Why can we not strike these dudes out? My God, even Trace Thompson isn't going to get sat down, and he's even going to turn it into a hit. If there's anybody you can count on to chase a strike 3 out of the zone, it would have been Trace Thompson, and even he doesn't do it. Another one that isn't strike 3, but you know what? I guess we had nothing but weak contact in the inning, so good inning. That has to get over center field. That's got to be another double for Ruiz. It is another double for Ruiz. Actually, no, if he had a little bit more speed, I would have pushed it, but no. Another chance, though, for Garcia. 4 for 4 on the day, triple away from the cycle. All we got to do is hit it to the gap and pray. I mean, if he has a similar result to what we just did with K-Bear Ruiz, that probably would be our triple. Unless he dives, but nope, we hit it a little too far. So no cycle, no perfect day for Luis Garcia. Gonna go ahead and give Ayala another inning, or at least the start of another inning. That should be what he's good for. He's got higher stamina. There we go. I mean, it takes somebody to not swing to get the first punch out, but it's a punch out. There we go. Now we're getting it working here in inning 2. Oh, and there's another one. Just a perfect spot. All right. I guess no punch outs in his first inning, but strikes out the side in his second. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. That turns out to be pretty good. And I'm going to add a little extra stakes to it. I'm going Leo Blanco. 23 inning scoreless streak on the line, but we got to get him those couple more innings to get the NL record. It's kind of at the point where these last few episodes, I've been scared to pitch with him, if I'm being completely honest. But the more I think about it, if he's going to give up a run, I'd almost rather it be me on the mound that ruins it than just simming a game and seeing that he's given up a run. There we go. Not a punch out on the slider running away, but weak grounder. There we go. 12-6 sits down Mookie. Another scoreless inning for Blanco, and another win against these Dodgers. Wow, they really gave Yoana Doan player of the game. I mean, I guess you can't not at least have an argument for that with 6 scoreless, 10 punch-outs, and only 3 hits, but Luis Garcia going 4 for 5 with a bomb? I don't know, man. So game 3 of the series going for the sweep. We have Snell out there, and he gets it done for us. A 7-4 victory to sweep what I think at that point was the best team in the National League, and we had just a lot of good games. 4 multi-hit games. Casas was the only one not to get a hit, but he drew 2 walks. We had 4 bombs, and Snell, I guess maybe you'd like him to go a little deeper, but 2 runs allowed in 5 innings works. Crochet with another save. And now it's saying here the draft is in 1 day, so I'm guessing we sim this Arizona game, and then the draft takes place on the 4th of July here on Saturday, so I don't know if it's going to take me right into it, but we'll sim game 1 here of the Arizona series, and Gore actually has a chance here to drop that ERA under 3 with a good start. Or under 4 into the 3s, and he probably did it. We won it 5-2. Let's look at the box score here. Another good day all around on offense. Put up 4 in the 10th though, so it wasn't a very good day on offense until the 10th inning. And yeah, Gore goes 7, gives up only the 1 earned run, drops that ERA down to 3.81. That actually has a chance to be our best starter ERA right now. No, Snell's got him beat just barely, but look at that. You put faith in one of your guys, and he finally starts coming through. All right, it said we have the futures game today, as well as the draft and another big league game, and they said we have players on our team, and I see one right there. The starter is our starter, Angelo Curran. I don't know if I'm actually going to play this game, but I do want to see the lineups here. So I'm assuming everybody pertaining to us would be on the National League side. We've got Angelo Curran as the starter, and somehow Touki Toussaint at 29 years old and over 2 years of service time is considered a future player, prospect, whatever they want to call these dudes. I only see the one on the pitching side. It's only Angelo Curran. Hitting wise, we have Sonnenberg, he's up to a 60 now. That's something I hadn't seen yet. And is that really going to be our only one? I mean, Elijah Green's here, but he's not on our team anymore. And of course, now that he's not on our team, look at that contact development against lefties. Yeah, it looks like Angelo Curran and Delman Sonnenberg are the only two. Should I just, you know what? Should I just quick player lock with Sonnenberg in this one? I think I will. It's kind of funny though that both of our only two players in this game are players that we traded for during this season, but we haven't gotten to use either of them. And it's probably just easier to get like 2 ABs with Sonnenberg rather than pitch a couple innings with Curran. So let's see what we got here. And, oh, come on. He ripped that one down the line. We don't need plays like that being made. Look at him. Dude is just a ball player, though. Angelo Curran on the mound with a couple strikeouts. He's going to, look at that. 2 perfect innings. And oh, and they had Howard Ramirez on their side. We traded him away, and now I get a chance to face him. Okay. I mean, look at that, though. As a prime example of why I traded him away. Look at the season he's putting together. 7.42 ERA in whatever level of the minor leagues he's playing in. Oh, yeah, and he was the guy with absolutely no pitching clutch. So we have a guy on second here, and that's a huge PCI. And of course, I badmouth him and then I strike out on 3 pitches. All right, we're actually getting a third AB here. I thought we would get subbed out, but we get another chance to do something. And I was a little under that. Yep, Sonnenberg isn't a power guy, so we're not going to get helped out on a swing like that. Got to hit line drives. All right, now we get subbed out. Not a great game from him at the plate, but it was just fun to see him. And for what it's worth, our side ends up losing the game 2-0. And all right, I'm guessing that once I sim this game, it's going to take me immediately into the draft. So we'll go ahead. We'll sim it. We'll see if we get a critical situation. We don't. We got the win, but we do. We have to go right into the draft, and I'm ready. Well, actually, I guess I'm not ready because I have to add the guys who I'm looking for to our big board. Man, I feel like this happens every time I go to do a draft. I feel like when I'm scouting throughout the season of scouting, it's like I keep finding all these dudes, and I feel like I remember more in my head of being like, oh yeah, this is someone to keep in mind, and then I get to like this part of actually remembering and putting them on my board, and it's like, I didn't find as many really good options as I remember. But we loaded up on our starting pitching focus, but most of these options that I threw on here are really probably only going to be around for the first couple of rounds. So after that, I'm going to be on my own finding anyone else to draft here, but I'm really hoping Juan Cabrera, our #1 ranked scouted prospect here, who is only ranked 37th in the general consensus, I'm really hoping he's still around for my pick. If not, we should have plenty of options that'll at least be decent. So let's get it going here. The #1 pick is going to the D-backs, the team that we currently are facing. So who are they going with in pick #1 of the 2026 draft? Is it going to be someone I even recognize? Who do we have here? That is Thomas Sweat. I do recognize him. Second pick, if I remember right, this one was to the Brewers, and they are taking a big guy. Looks like he's tall. That's Luther Saito. All right, that's another guy. I actually had him on my draft list there, and the fact that he was ranked 36th and only ranked 4th by us doesn't make me feel good about my top pick. And pick #3, I think this was the Rockies. And who's that? I think that's my guy. Yep, Juan Cabrera. I saw the name on the back of his jersey. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a big time stretch for him to drop all the way down to 30, but we can hope, we can dream. All right, so now it's just a matter of seeing who's going to be left. I think I'm going to sim to my picks, though. I don't think I'm going to sit here and wait. So hopefully I see a couple names. Oh, we only have two of our starters left. This Johnny Montenegro was on my list. Cy Franklin was on my list. I actually kind of thought Cy Franklin would be the one most likely to make it down to me. I think I had Chu Park on my list too. Might have even had Kevin Manuel on my list. So man, we're stuck with either one of these two options or somebody that I didn't add to my board. Marcos Perez, he has really good potential, but not much current. Actually, both these guys are the same. Really good looking potentials, but their starting overall isn't going to be that great. I could go shortstop, although, you know, these guys are projected to go a little lower, but Stevie Boyer is looking like he should be a power speed shortstop, which could be kind of fun to develop. Julio Castilla is more the traditional contact speed shortstop. We have over 2.5 minutes though, so I'm going to take a quick look around. Man, I really thought we loaded up on scouting pitchers, and we did. It's just we either scouted the very early in the draft guys or the later in the draft guys, and everybody who could have been around our pick, we didn't really have scouted that much. You know what? This might be a reach, but I'm going to go with the shortstop. I'm going to go with the guy we know about, Stevie Boyer. Hopefully his starting overall is good. This is, I don't know. It's just a little bit more of a reach than I wanted, but we'll lock him up and then we'll see in a little bit what he's actually looking like. I really wish they had the option instead of just having to sim all the way to your next pick. I wish they had the option to just like fast forward individually picks, like just press X and boom. We're through to the next pick, on to the next pick, and then if I want to stop, I can stop. All right, I'm simming to our next pick now, and I don't know, it's still tough. I added a couple more dudes just so that they're right there for me, looking back through everyone I scouted. It's just, I don't know, it's tough to want to go with either of these two guys, because like it'd be fun to have a guy who's pretty much guaranteed. I mean, we're 100% scouted on this dude, and the odds are if we fall within that potential window, it'll be an A potential. It's just he's going to be a really low starting overall for already being 20 years old. And it says, I don't know, it's just the scouting still confuses me because I don't know what to go by. Like, if he starts at such a low overall, but he's supposed to get all the way up to a 90 plus, I feel like there should be more of a difference between the present and the future attributes. But also it gives a big difference between the present stamina and future stamina. But in my experience this year, stamina just doesn't improve. So if he only starts at like a 67, that's not going to be good. We've seen that not work. I don't know. To me, it's either between the shortstop or Dustin Gilbert, who... he's only 18. We only have him 80% scouted, but I mean, you'd hope with that potential it lands in the high to mid 70s. Maybe if we're lucky, he's a B potential. It's not fun. I'll just take the pitcher. I wanted pitching. We've kind of solved my want for pitching with trades, but that's still what I was loading up on scouting, so we got to draft pitchers. We're going to take this Dustin Gilbert guy with our second pick. So we have to wait all the way until pick 104 for our next pick with these couple of bonus rounds here, and then having to wait all the way till the end of round 3. So I don't know what's going to be left, but we're simming to it. This dude is still there, Marcos Perez, but this was the other dude that was similar and he got taken already. So I don't know. Should I just, well, I guess our shortstop's here too, and if I was thinking about taking him last pick, I should take him now. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this Marcos Perez. We know he's gonna hit on that high potential. He's got a 5-pitch mix. You never know what he can do over time, and as long as he has a high potential, he has a high ceiling. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna take Marcos Perez. Now we got a whole other round of sim here, so I'm just gonna go right to it. We only have one guy left on my list. So I don't know. I mean, if he was the only guy I felt it necessary to add when I was looking through, should I just take him? I guess this guy is a little enticing. Even though he's only 45% scouted, we have him ranked all the way up at 58th. And this would be what, pick 134? You know what? I kind of want to do that. Instead of playing it safe, let's take a risk here. I mean, we're down low in the draft. We don't really know what's going on with these dudes anyway. So let's take Dominique Alonso and let's hope that we hit on a diamond in the rough. All right, simming to our next pitch pick here, 164. We still have this Pierre Damon dude here, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't take him. I think I'm going to take our guy Clyde. I feel like we've turned our minor league pitching situation into something that's a lot better than it was, so I can more confidently take risks. And if they don't pan out, they don't pan out, but our future of pitching could be set up already. Didn't realize he was hurt though, but I don't know how much I care about that. And then we'll sim to our last pick, the final pick in the draft. Both these two guys are still here. I almost took this guy in the 4th round and he's still available with the final pick. There's only 7 players left total. Our Pierre Damon guy is our highest ranked guy right now. I think I'll just go with Pierre Damon. I'll trust our scouts. They have him ranked all the way at 100th. We can take him at 194. If that's correct, then you know, this is a big time good pick here with the final pick in the draft. There was a little message that popped up there and it went away on its own, so hopefully that wasn't anything meaningful, but we got it. We got through our final meaningful draft. We won't see our draft class for a little while still, though. I'm assuming it's going to work pretty similar to how it worked in March to October, where we got to go through the whole signing the draft picks phase, which usually takes, I think, like 3 weeks. And then it's only after that point that we get to see the true potentials and ratings of all these guys we just took. But in the meantime, we won our last game against Arizona, and we hadn't got to see how that went, so let's see how that went. Another homer from Garcia, and K-Bear Ruiz is going deep. We need that. Bobby Miller with 8 shutout innings. So let's sim against Arizona. We're going for, what would this be? 6 wins in a row, 2 series sweeps in a row, and we have a chance to hop in. We're up 8-3. K-Bear Ruiz is a triple away from the cycle. He's not going to get it. He has no speed to get it. But sure, I'll hop in and take an AB with K-Bear. Look at that. His average is up to 270. He's got a couple extra base hits on the board today. He's really working to get back to where he was. I'm loving this. And you know what? It's not a triple, but first pitch swinging, got around on the fastball, get him a 4-for-4 day. I'll take it. And all right, simming to the end, we win the game 9-3. So we head into the All-Star break with a 6-game winning streak, back-to-back series sweeps. That's the kind of momentum you want to head into the All-Star break with. So let's see about the Derby here. It popped up telling me that I have somebody in it. I would have to imagine that would be Soto. Looks like the All-Star game is at Tropicana. I think I'll just drop this down to 2-minute rounds, but I will play with whoever we have in there. And it is Juan Soto, 4 seed in the home run derby. So sure, let's see if we can win it with him. This is going to turn into a much longer episode than I anticipated. I took a lot longer to get to the draft than I thought I would. And now we're 2.5 hours into my recording and we're just now starting the derby. So here we go. Our first seed matchup is against Corey Seager. So at least it's lefty versus lefty. I don't know though if righties or lefties have an advantage at Tropicana. All right, so let's do it here. I'm not gonna watch everybody. We'll sim to our matchup. We'll go batter by batter here though. Andres Jimenez only hit 7. Now it's Nolan Gorman for that matchup, the 1 seed. And oh, they're going to a swing off. They're going to a tiebreaker. I thought Gorman was going to easily win it. I guess I did say Jimenez only hit 7, but I did knock it down to just 2-minute rounds. So maybe 7 is a solid round. But let's fast forward again. Are they going to another tiebreaker or oh no, it's just okay. It's Gorman's next at bat. I don't know. It doesn't show me how much Jimenez hit, so I guess it's just gonna tell me who won the round. And Jimenez won the round. All right, 8 seed, knocking off the 1 seed immediately. And now it's our matchup here. It's Corey Seager. I'm gonna go ahead and sim past him, see what the number is that we have to beat, and it's only 5. 6 seems doable. Let's get it done. Oh man, okay. I gotta wait back. Used to playing on legend difficulty here. That was a perfect swing. It's gonna go foul. Okay, that one should go. That'll be our first. We've got it down. We've got the swing down. We're good. Oh yeah, okay. This is an easy dub. Oh my God, Soto's hitting moonshots. 440 onto the concourse. You can wrap this round up already. Even that one's gonna go, and I didn't even hit it as hard. Another moonshot. I'm not even gonna have to take a timeout here. We went to the deep part of the park. Does that have enough? It just does. Juan Soto wrapping up the round 1 victory with still 45 seconds left on the base timer. We still had 30 seconds bonus time if we needed it. That made me very confident in taking this whole thing home. Now we got Olsen versus Judge. I'm sure that would be a fun round to see in like a real life matchup, but Matt Olson's only getting 6, and I can say only 6 now knowing what it took for me to get 6. Now it's Judge, the first righty of the Derby, and he finishes with just 5. He comes up short. Mike Trout versus Brian Reynolds. Has Mike Trout ever been in the home run derby? I can't remember him being in the derby, but he's up over 500 career home runs now in this universe. He's got, I think it was 23 was his number, still batting over 300. He's like 34 years old. That's part of the reason, that's one of the reasons I want to continue simming this, is I want to see what kind of numbers Mike Trout ends up with by the time his career's done, because he has been playing at an insane level throughout these 4 seasons of March to October into franchise, and he gets 9. No surprise, he puts up the best number in the field. And then Reynolds to try and match him. They're going to a tiebreaker. All right, Reynolds did match him. Don't know how many Trout got, so we'll just have to see who walks away with it. Trout wins. So we have Andres Jimenez, Matt Olson, Mike Trout, and Juan Soto in the semis. It's going to be our opponent, Jimenez, leading it off, and he puts up only 6. We saw how easy it was to get to 6 last round, so I'm not worried. That one should stay fair. Yep, we got enough of it. Dude, Soto has such easy power. I didn't even feel like I made a good swing on that. I didn't feel like I made a good swing on that either, and it's going to be way gone. Look at this. That one was destroyed. That one I made a good swing on. That's all the way up to the concourse. That one's also destroyed. We're in a groove here. We're on a roll. Is that also going to make the concourse? It does. That one would be off the dome. Here at Tropicana, hitting one that high, that's not making it to the seats. That one's just another blast. We are locking this one up here. Not even a close round. We're going to hit 7. Well, no, that one's still going to go. Yeah, we're going to hit 7 in less time than it took to hit 6 in our last round. We've yet to take a timeout. So who is going to be our opponent? Matt Olson or Mike Trout? Trout's leading it off, and he's only getting himself 6. So Matt Olson just needs to hit 7 to advance, and he only hit 3? How do you only hit 3? So we have a Juan Soto versus Mike Trout finals in the Derby, and we're actually going to get to go second again. We're the higher seed, or lower seed? Better seed. Trout's dropping his bat? That can't be a good sign. What is he doing? All right, let's see. He's going to finish. Oh, he finishes with 9. All right, 10 is going to have to be the most I've hit so far, but judging by how easy it's been to get to 6 and 7, I'm not too worried. I start out every round with a foul ball, though. It's like I lose the timing in between. That one should still have enough, right? Dude, all these that I feel like I'm not hitting that hard with Soto are still leaving. They're still going 400 feet. That might be the furthest one yet. Actually, it might not be because it's hooking. That one's going to stay fair. All right, we're finding the groove again. We're going for the concourse on every swing. Oh, I'm way early. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That one's destroyed. We might see our first 450-footer. No, 441. That one's another blast. We're not quite getting them up over 440, though. I mean, we got the one over 440. I want to make sure we get a bonus here, just in case. I mean, I still feel pretty good. But yeah, we can't get it to 440 again. This will probably be my last swing before a timeout. We're down into the yellow energy here, and it does leave. I'm going to take my timeout, refill that energy. And we're back, and I'm starting with a foul ball again like I do whenever we start. That one I think should still have enough. Another one that'd probably be hitting off some catwalks up there. Just need one more to tie. And I'm hitting it on the ground. All right, now it's getting kind of dicey. Okay, no, we're good. Wait. Actually, no, we're not. Oh, no. I thought that was... Oh, God. Okay, we got to hit it now. We got to have that one leave. That one is going to leave. We need a walk-off, though. This is going to be our last swing. And we got it. The perfect swing. It's going to stay fair. Juan Soto with the walk-off to win the home run derby. See, this is the sort of thing where I kind of wish player progression worked a little bit differently than it does. I kind of wish it was a similar system to Madden, where each player individually earns XP and then you like manually apply that XP. Maybe if you reach a certain threshold or however it works. But the reason I say that is like something like winning the MVP, it would be fun to actually say like, oh, that earns him 1,000 player XP, and it actually does something for his development. Whereas with how it works now, I don't really think that does anything. Like, I don't think he's going to get a boost to his power attributes or anything like that. But it's cool to add a trophy to the collection. I don't know what's happened in the simulated March to October home run derbies, but that I think would be at least Juan Soto's second home run derby victory in his career. We also have the minor league all-star game. I'm probably not going to bother playing it, but I do want to see who we have on our teams. I don't know if this is just the entire minor leagues or if this is just either AAA or AA, because it's kind of weird how they say Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southwest. I don't know. I guess we'll just see who we have. We do have one of our minor league starters, Miguel Valencia. I'm actually really excited to see this guy if we ever get him up in the big leagues. 97 stamina, but his per-nines aren't great. He is going to be the Chad innings eater. Like, look at that. 107 innings pitched for him in 16 starts. He also barely strikes anybody out, and it's really even with his walks, but he's putting together a season down in the minors. We also have this dude. He's not going to factor into anything in the future, but he's an all-star. I think this dude is also, yeah, Peyton Glavin, another D potential that's not going to be anything, but that's kind of fun. Wait, I think this dude also, yeah, Gerardo Carrillo. So we have 3 D potential AA arms that became all-stars. This might just be the AA all-star game because all these dudes, yeah, all these dudes are in AA. So this is definitely just the AA all-star game. And then hitting-wise, we have Alonso Acevedo and Sergio Rosales. So we have 2 starters. And our AA team, I don't even think is like all that great. At least when I look at it, I feel like our talent is more in AAA and the bigs. So to have, what was it, 4 pitching all-stars and 2 hitting all-stars? That's pretty solid. And actually the 4 pitching all-stars is even more shocking because I'm pretty sure, now I want to see, I think our triple or AA pitching is ranked 30th. So this is the worst pitching staff of any single team in this entire universe because it's the lowest level and it's the lowest ranked, but somehow we're churning out 4 all-stars. So we're going to go ahead and advance the day here, and then it's time for the MLB All-Star game. I still don't really know how I want to play this. If I want to player lock as one guy, if I want to like sim every at bat in between our guys. Ooh, and a trade right before the All-Star game, literally as I'm loading into the All-Star game, Trey Turner gets traded from the Phillies to the Reds. That's a big move. Okay, well, wait, now for the All-Star game, it's saying it's back at T-Mobile Park, but if the Derby was in Tropicana, then the All-Star game would also be in Tropicana, so we're gonna move it there. So yeah, no starting pitchers on the All-Star team, and no relief pitchers either, so Leo Blanco did get screwed over. He got snubbed. Offensively, though, we have Meneses starting in right. It's gonna be the first game he's played in the field all season. We have Soto starting in left. They have Luis Urias DHing, so Nolan Gorman is starting at second, and Garcia doesn't get to start at second. He should have, man. He really should have. But who else do we have on the bench? We better see. What? No Luis Garcia at all? Oh my God, talk about a snub. Are you kidding me? Wow, you gotta imagine within this universe that is gonna be talked about for the rest of the season. Luis Garcia getting snubbed of an All-Star game appearance. And no Casas either, so we only finished with just the 2 All-Stars, Meneses and Soto. So I don't know, I'm just gonna hop into the game, and I guess we'll see what I'm gonna do from this point on. I wish you could like double player lock, if that makes any sense, like pick 2 players. I guess I'll sim past the Bogarts AB at least. Okay, we can quick sim at bats, so we don't have to do the quick manage, we can just sim. So we sim Bogarts AB, and now we can head in, taking it bat with Meneses, lefty on the mound, do some damage. Oh, and I do wait back a little bit, and I'm late. I'm under it. There's a long AB. All right, now we've got Soto, but lefty. He's not been hitting lefties good this season. Nope, that's gonna get run down. I thought with the shift that might have been hit to the sweet spot, but we go down 1, 2, 3, 0 for 2 with our 2 all-stars in their first at-bats. I think especially with those 2 being our only all-stars, I'm just gonna keep it realistic. I'm just gonna sim, not control any of these other dudes, and then we'll get our 2 guys 1 more at-bat apiece, and then that's where they probably should be getting subbed out. What is Max Fried doing? All right, we get all the way to the 4th inning before our next at bat with our dudes, and they're going to a new arm. Alek Manoah, 14-0 on the season with a 2.18 ERA. Oh, okay. 2-2 count. I saw that as being closer to the zone than it was. So we're going 0 for 2 with Meneses. This is going to be our last chance to pick up a hit or do anything with one of our 2 guys. And Soto will get a hit. So we end up only 1 for 4 with a single with, you know, 2 power hitters, but we'll take it. At least our team is showing up and doing something. So we'll just go ahead, fast forward to the end of the game here, get to it fast. I think they actually both got another AB. I wouldn't have had that. I would have had both them getting taken out after 2. I think that's how it usually is, right? Maybe the top guys in the order get a 3rd at bat, depending on how quick the game is going. But what did they do in their 3rd at bat? Meneses got a hit, Soto drew a walk. Okay, so they do better when I'm not controlling them, I guess. Our side loses the All-Star game, though, and they left Luis Robert out there to take 4 at bats. Tryhards. And all right, that is going to bring us to the end of today's episode. I'm going to be very curious. I mean, you guys will already know, but I'm going to be very curious to see how long this episode ends up going. This one could be anywhere from like a half an hour to an hour, but either way, thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with the series, and I will see you in the next one.